Hi guys, this is Eureka, and I'm back for a new vintage cube draft. Hopefully this time I will not get wrecked by the sick mono red deck on round 2, if I made it to round 2. And this pack has 4 planeswalker, which are all not very great. I guess Tamio is nice, Nicol Bolas is fairly fun, but none of them are really strong. Geist is In Guess is a good card, but not. I'm not sure I want if I want to be first picking that. Sword also a good card. Not sure if it's first pick. I do like Cryptic Command a lot. There is Metal Worker also, and it's been. I mean, since I've started to do those vintage cube this year. I mean this winter, because I made some with the older cubes, obviously. Um, I wanted to try to play the artifact deck, which means I kinda wanna play Metal Worker, but the card is... I don't know. I could have taken that, but I think I'm just gonna take the Cryptic Command, which is a card I do like a lot. Elsplat is a nice finisher, but I'm not sure that I wanna be playing a blue-white control deck. Uh, it would be a little bit like last time, even if the deck was more um, built around opposition. This was still a blue-white control-y core. Um, I think I want to take a blue card here, and the blue card could be either Mystical Tutor or Daze. I do like both. Daze is better for control, I guess, and Tutor is better if I were to play something like Storm. Another option would be to take the Signet or the Worn Power Stone, which are both fairly good. I think I'm gonna take the Tutor and try to build something either like Storm or Reanimator that could be nice. Um, yeah, I mean the Signet or the Power Stone could be also a nice pickup. If I had taken the Metal Worker, I would have taken one of the two artifacts and the Basal Monolith here. I think I still want to take the Monolith there, even because there is not much more. I mean Titan is fine, but I do like Monolith a lot, and it seems like my the I'm getting some artifacts, so the archetype might be open. I don't think I'm willing either Metal Worker or one of the two creature one of the two Mana Stone I just passed, but I'm still gonna take Monolith as it's really strong in any type of deck. Especially if I take it that early, I will probably be able to find things to do with it. Here I think I'm just taking Snapcaster. The card is very good with Mystical Tutor, good with Cryptic Command if you have enough mana, obviously. It's just a fairly good card overall. Um, and taking it that early lets me, take cards like Bolt or cheap good instant that will make that will be that will make the Snapcaster better. Um, I would take Repeal over Riftwing Cloudskate in almost any deck. I do like Repeal a lot, but I think Snapcaster is better. Batterskull could be an option. I would take that if I had taken all the artifact. And actually, I could have built a pretty sweet artifact deck there. That could have been something. Um, Nevermind, Disc is an artifact, but it's not very good in the artifact deck though, since you don't really want to be destroying your things. Lotus Plume is not very good either. I think I'm just gonna take Deceiver Exarch, in case I end up playing the combo like in the first draft I posted on this channel. Um, I'm not trying to force this archetype, but there is not much else I can take, and yeah, if I can assemble the combo, that'd be good. Here, I think I'm gonna take Animate Dead. That's a pretty late Animate Dead. If I can, and it's fairly good with Tutor and no, never mind. You cannot tutor that up, but the fact that I have Tutor is good because I mean, if I'm playing some kind of combo with reanimation spell, it makes them it makes the deck more consistent. Because I will probably have things like Entomb or Reanimate to fetch if I get them. Anyway, there is not much in this pack, and Delver is not really working in the cube unless you are playing a cube with where you can play multiple iteration of the same card, which is nice, but this is not what we are doing right now. And Animate Dead is just one of the best reanimation spell, so I'm gonna take it. And that Quasali Pride Mage has a weird picture, uh, but anyway, I'm not gonna take that. Glacial Fortress could be interesting, but it's not very appealing. I guess I could take Mind's Desire in case I end up playing Storm. Fire and Ice is interesting, but not very appealing. Nothing really stands out for me there. I guess I'm just gonna take Mind's Desire in case I end up playing Storm for some reason. Catacomb would be nice if I'm playing blue-black and if I can get um, Underground Sea or the I don't remember the name of the land from Ravnica. Um, it's Droned Catacomb, maybe something like that. Uh, yeah, Watery Grave. That's Watery Grave. Yeah, if I can get Watery Grave or the Underground Sea, that'd be good. But Deluge is nice. I think it's a bit underrated. It's a decent removal sweeper that can deal with a lot of things. Uh, so it's quite nice. That pack doesn't have match for me. That's a pretty late Sword to Plowshare. I might take that. It's a decent thing to splash for. Another option would be to take Brain Maggot, which is decent disruption. I think I'm just gonna take the sword though. I do like the card a decent amount, and the fact that it's good with Snapcaster and that I can fetch it with Tutor makes it even better. Go for the Throat. It's a little bit worse than Sword, but again, it works well with Snapcaster and Mystical, and it's a decent removal, and there's not much else. That's a pretty late survival. Building a good survival deck, I mean, is quite nice if you have the good survival deck with Recurring Nightmare and cards like that. I'm gonna take Sheoldred. It's a decent thing to reanimate if I end up playing that. Duress is nice here. Again, it's good with... I guess you don't really want to tutor up a Duress. You can do it, but most of the time you won't do that. But it's fairly good with Snapcaster, and it's fairly good overall. Nothing really interests me here. Guess I'm taking that, though I don't think I'll end up playing that. I don't really want that dude. Utterand, if I'm splashing a little bit of white, is gonna be good. So it looks like I have a decent Esper control shell here, and I could also play some reanimation or combos. So I'm not sure how it will go. And there are definitely some interesting picks for me here. Sin Collector and O-Ring would be nice card to have if I'm splashing white. And I think Fact of Fiction is just better than Jace. I mean, both are really nice, but Thoth might just be better, especially since if I were to play Reanimator, this puts card in the graveyard as this doesn't, which makes Fact better in this archetype. I don't think I want Downfall, the card is good, but here I'm really not sure about what I want to be taking between Thoth and Makeshift. Since I'm not sure I'm gonna be playing Reanimator and Thoth is gonna be good no matter what, I'm gonna take that. That's probably one of the best card draw spell, if not the best card draw spell of the cube, so there is that. I do like Gitaxian Probe a fair amount. It's also quite good with Snapcaster, since it's basically free. Metamorph is a really strong card. I do like the fact that it basically gives you the best thing on the board, no matter what it is. I mean, you can copy Enchantment and Planeswalker, but Artifact and Creature is already good. Sothis is nice, and it's also good with Snapcaster, but I already have a dress, so I'm not sure I want to be playing that. And Phyrexian Metamorph is actually quite good in Reanimator, since I could be able to reanimate a non-legendary creature and get another one with the Metamorph afterward. So that could be an option. I'm not sure, because Thoughtseize is fairly appealing. It's also good if I reanimate, because I can Thoughtseize myself if needed to... I'm gonna take Thoughtseize. Uh, it's good in Reanimator, and it also interacts very well with Snapcaster, so that's a good reason. Tezzeret doesn't do a whole lot right now, as I have only one artifact. I'm just gonna take the Dragon Lord, I think. It's more of a control card than a thing you wanna reanimate, but either way, it's a decent big creature that does things. And that is also fairly good if you have counter spells to protect it. And Gush is fine, but that's not the best card draw spell for me, so I'm taking this Dragon Lord. And Treasure Cruise, that card is fine. I guess I have some early things that I have ways to put things in my graveyard, though not that much. But I also already have some decent ways to draw cards. Ancient Tomb could be interesting, but it doesn't look like it's a deck in which Ancient Tomb is gonna be that great. I think I'm just gonna take Godless Shrine. If I'm playing a Esper control deck, the mana base is gonna be really important, and having a good mana base is gonna make things much easier. Here there are Meloku and Ultimate Price as decent spell for my deck, but I mean, I have a Thord and a Go for the Throat, so I don't really need the Ultimate Price, and Meloku is not the best finisher. And anyway, there is a Tundra, which is basically the perfect pick for me here, so I'm just gonna take that. And I'm fairly happy that I picked those two lands there. They will certainly help me. Um, I mean, they will help me be able to have consistency in my deck and not just die because of mana. I think that pack has strictly nothing for me. I will take Mother of Runes, as even if you are not playing many creatures, it is a very good sideboard option against mono red. Um, I mean, if you can untap with it, it's gonna be good. And if they just use a burn spell on it, you are happy too. So it's really a decent sideboard against them. This pack doesn't have match, but I'm really happy to take a Faith Feather, especially now that the white splash is gonna be easier. And it's definitely looking like I'm playing a control deck and not really combo or anything. I'm not playing Mother of Rune main deck. Deceiver Exarch is not making the cut, I think. That guy, I'm not sure. He is actually quite threatening. And it's fairly, I mean, it's a really undercosted threat, so there is that. As I said in the last draft, I do like Council Judgment a lot, but I don't really want to play a double white card. And there is, I mean, Shadow Mage would be fine, but Grave Titan is, in my opinion, one of the best finisher you can have in a black deck. And the fact that I can either reanimate that or just cast it is amazing. Here the makeshift mannequin wheel, which is nice. I'm not sure that I'll be able to play Reanimator though. But the card is fairly good, even if I'm not dedicated to reanimation. It makes my late game threat more resilient. Another option would be to take Downfall, but since I already have two ways to deal with Planeswalker, I think I can afford to take Mannequin. So this is gonna be my pick. Here I'm taking Journey. Do I need that actually? I don't think I need it, and I don't really want to play against Woodfall Primus. That card is gonna destroy me. If they can natural order it, that thing onto the battlefield, I probably lose. Um, and yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna take the journey. That might be useful. This figure, I think I have enough removal, but it's gonna be a good sideboard option against decks like Mono Red or green deck with a lot of mana dorks. I don't think I will main deck it though. Spectre is always a decent sideboard option against other control or combo decks. I will probably not main deck it. And Journey, I don't think I need that main deck. We'll see how it end up though. This deck is looking fine. Um, the fact that I have only 5 blue spell and that one of them is triple blue is not very good, but I cannot do much. The Grandmaster is nice though. Again, not something that I would main deck, but definitely a good option against aggressive red decks. I do like the fact that I have a fair amount of early drops and disruption. I don't think I'll end up playing that, but you never know. I guess if I'm playing against a combo deck, this could apply pressure early. I don't think I will play Garruk. Though it's a decent late Planeswalker, but I need to find a way to splash green. And I'm already 3 colored, so that's probably not the best idea. That pack has a lot of good things for me. Damnation would be a really nice card to have in the deck, as I really need um, one sweeper effect. Force of Will is always great, but I don't think I'm playing enough blue to make Force of Will good. Uh, right now this would be my 6th blue spell, and that's a bit short, even if I can get some more blue spells later. Wormcoil Engine is a good thing to reanimate, and is a decent finisher. And there is Control Magic, which is always nice, but which, I mean, I might not end up playing that many blue mana, so I'm not sure. Hmm. Yeah, think I'm still taking Control Magic. It's still better than Wormcoil. And someone passed me an Ancestral Recall, which is sick, especially with Snapcaster. And that's, I think every time I've seen a recall in a pack, it was with a Skull Clamp. So, may there is some. I don't know how they do it, but I think Skull Clamp is always with recall. I mean, maybe not, but very often at least. Archmage would be nice, but I mean, I'm not passing recall uh, anytime soon. I would maybe take Sol Ring over it. Not even sure though. Do I want to borrow Signet? I have a lot of 4 drops. This doesn't really fix a lot, but this accelerate and gets me white, which is fairly good. It's certainly better than I think I'm just gonna take Sphinx. I need some finishers, and Sphinx is fairly good. Mana Leak is a card that I do like a lot. Griselbrand is nice, but I won't be able to cast it often, and it's really looking like I'm not playing a dedicated reanimator deck and more of a control deck. So Mana Leak is just gonna be better here. Um, Shaker is strong, but I don't think I will be able to play as many island as I want, even if I have this cryptic. And I think taking the drone Catacomb is just better. Inquisition is nice, but I already have two of these effects, so I don't really need it. And the fixing is very important at that stage. I could really use a blue, white, or black fetch um, at that point. That's a fairly late tinker, but I cannot really use it. Even if I had taken the Signet earlier, I could not do much with that. And there's the Blightsteel with it too, which is fine, which is funny. I'm gonna take Vindicate, it's just an awesome card. Um, Another good reason to splash white, just a really good card overall. Um, the Abyss kills my Sphinx and my Snapcaster, and that's about it. I could take Prowler if I really wanted to reanimate thing, but I don't think it's really a good strategy. And the Abyss I might not main deck that, but in matchup where I want to be siding in Wrath Effect, that card is gonna shine. Um, oh, it's non-artifact. For some reason I thought it was non-artifact, non-black. So actually it's less appealing than I thought. Actually, Augur of Bolaf I think is quite good. Let me count. 1, 2, 7, 9, and 13. Yeah, I think that's enough to make the Augur of Bolas good. Right now this is 24 cards, so I already need to cut things. I don't think I want to cut any of my 2 or 4 or 3 drop. I mean 1, 2 or 3 drop. I'm gonna cut Makeshift Mannequin. Underground Sea, that's amazing. I would be happy with Sorin. Compulsive is nice, but honestly, Fixing is great, especially for that cryptic command, and I already have Ancestral Recall and Foth, and the Sphinx, so I think and the Snapcaster, I think I will have enough card advantage, and the Fixing is really nice there, so I'm gonna take the Underground Sea, even if Compulsive Research is a card that I do like a lot. And actually, do I want to play Sheoldred? I don't think so. Pass is fairly nice. I mean, I do have Thord already, but actually Isochron Scepter. That card is not insane, but with Jesus Christ, with Ancestral Recall, Tutor, I have so many good targets for that card that I might actually want to play it. That could be funny. It's a bit risky, obviously, but it might be worth it. I'm trying that. I'm trying that. I'm gonna try to use that. I do not often end up with deck that have enough cheap things, but I mean, Scepter on Recall has to be nice. This pack has not much. I mean, Skullclamp should certainly not be here still, but I cannot use it, so. But I might take it so I don't get wasted by that card. That is fairly insane. I need to cut one card, and that card might be... Honestly, I think Desecration Demon is just better than Sheoldred. Basically, it's the same thing, but this one costs 3 less mana. Even if this is uncontested, that can win the game. But that aside, I don't. I might want to take that. Maybe there are some matchup where it's good enough that I add enough white to be able to play it. But it's probably not making the main deck. And this would be my final build. It's a pretty standard control deck, and yeah, it seems quite good, honestly. Uh, I don't think I may have said that in another draft, but I don't think that control is the best archetype in the Vintage Cube. It is certainly good in a regular cube, but in the Vintage Cube it is worst. I'm not sure that I mean that card is strong, but I'm not even sure I want to be playing it. I mean I could. I still need a decent amount of threats and way to win the game. I don't need anything there. I guess Oath of Druid can be threatening. Do I really want to be playing Isochron Scepter? I mean that would be fun, but it's a risky thing to do. Hmm. It's decent on Mana Leak, it's busted on Recall, and I mean it's decent on Mana Leak and Thord and go for the throat. I don't think I will main deck that though. I think I'd rather have the Sphinx Rev in my deck. And if I keep the Animate dead, it's not because I forgot to remove it since I'm not Reanimator, but it's just because that card is good and it lets me. Let's say I play my Grave Titan on turn 6, then they kill it, and then on the next turn I can play Animate Dead, get it back, and have a counterspell backup, for example. Or they might not even be able to deal with it a second time. It's just to add a little bit of threat density, because right now I have 6 ways to kill my opponent. I guess Snapcaster can kill the opponent, but that's not very likely. Um, so this is the animate that is fairly good here. I would have been really happy to get a fetch at some point, but I didn't. I probably wanna add 3 planes to that. Yeah, my mana base is not that. I mean, I have some good lands, but that might not be enough. So this is 9 blue, which is the minimum since I have 2. Yeah, I don't need that much blue, but I cryptic. I don't really know what that sound was. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, since I have the cryptic, I want at least 9 blue. I cannot really go under that. And then this is 7 black. And 7 black is a bit low, but it's probably enough. Um, and 5 white. 5 white. Yeah, I think this is gonna be my mana base. Most of the time, I change the thing that MTGO gives me, but right now I'm fairly. I do like that. I mean, I would be happy with one more black source, but I cannot really afford to cut a plane because this would be 4 white, uh, and I have 5 white spell that are pretty important. I mean, 6 white spell. Yeah. So this is gonna be my main deck, and see you guys for round 1.